Hello everyone, we're here looking at this internet page which has been provided to you in this project, and I just very briefly talk through it because this is where I want you to see and learn about drawing vanishing points. Now there's a bit of information, it's not very long, right? So there's lots of diagrams, not very long. You can read, out of interest you can read some of this stuff, but what is a vanishing point? And it's that perspective of looking at something in the foreground, and if you're close it looks bigger, and if it's further away it looks smaller. So there's a point at which we call this the vanishing point, and you can read that there. What I want you to look at is there are 1 and 2 point perspectives in terms of vanishing points, and this is called a one point perspective. From a single point we're looking at something as it vanishes. So you see that, you know, if you're looking at a big card, I suppose a football field, for example, in just 2 dimensions, the furthest point away at the end of the football field looks narrower than the closer end of the football field. And that's what we call the vanishing point. And eventually, if you followed those lines of the football field, it would end up being a point. It vanishes, and that's what the vanishing point is called. So this is a 1 point vanishing point from one set of eyes looking outwards like that. And there's some good description, so I want you to read this because you're going to have to do some work with this. 2 point, and there's how you might see it. It's a nice little diagram, which is why I've included this. Here is a 2 point perspective where not only am I looking at it from this point outwards, but from this point outwards as well. And this is a really cool diagram. Yes, do I sound excited? I hope so. This box here, for example, has a vanishing point from there being produced from that vanishing point, but it also vanishes out from that direction as well. So you've got 2 perspectives, or 2 points from which, sorry about that, that's a little file converter I was running. So what you've got is this really lovely diagram. Now what I am challenging you to do is to construct one diagram each of a 1 point and a 2 point vanishing point diagram. I didn't say that very well, but you know what I mean. Now what I'd like you to do is actually draw that on paper, and you may have already watched a video that I included on the site in this project that very briefly explains how to construct a vanishing point diagram. You can do your own research, but I want you to draw it on a piece of paper, not on your iPad. Then take a photo of it with your iPad and include it in your portfolio. And so what are we assessing? Well, there's a numeracy aspect here, but in particular with this activity, there's a creative activity or a creative rubric, and if you can generate maybe not something quite as complex as this, but something that makes the person who's marking your project and me go, wow, that's really cool, then you will get some great marks. So have a go and see how you go with that. It doesn't have to be a square, by the way, or a rectangle. You can be really creative. Go and do some research, have a look around, and see if you can construct something out of the ordinary. Okay, thanks very much for your attention.